Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's a lovely Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you're watching this on my Facebook page, please like my page. If you're watching it on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Let's see what the cards have in store for us today. Alright, so looking at the cards, we've got two swords today, so that tells us we're talking about something that has to do with mental things like thoughts or communication or your thought processes. The way you think about things or the way you communicate things will be the topic of discussion for today. Don't see any conflict, so let's just jump right in with the Two of Wands. And twos are all about decisions or choices. They could be about balance, they could be about duplication, sometimes they could be about personal relationships, one-on-one relationships. But I would say it's probably having to do with decisions or choices, which is what twos usually are. And with wands, they're talking about your desires, your inspiration to create things or to do things. So you've got a choice to make about your desires today, about your inspirations. Could be whether to follow them or not, or possibly choosing between two different. Maybe you're being drawn in two different directions, and you're going to have to make a choice between them as far as what direction you want to follow. The next card we have is the Nine of Swords. And Nine of Swords is always one of those cards that looks bad, but it's not really as bad as what it normally is. Nines represent progression and milestones, fulfillment and accomplishment in things. And of course, swords represent your thoughts, your communications, and your thought processes. So what you're going to find is that you start to achieve milestones, you start to make achievements and have successes and feel accomplished once you've decided which of these inspirations you want to follow. You'll start to advance rather quickly through them, and you'll start to feel more successful and growing and feeling accomplished. It can also be realization and understanding of the path that you're on. And this is important because we have the 8 here. And that means that there'll be barriers or obstacles that you have to overcome. 8s are barriers and obstacles. Sometimes dedication and movement, evolution, but obstacles are the way that we grow. So as we overcome these barriers and obstacles, we grow and evolve. So with this, I would say the order of the cards, which is not always specified in the reading. Sometimes you have to figure that out. It doesn't always follow a linear progression, although it can. In this case, I would say that you have these desires that are maybe you're being drawn in two different directions by two different things that you have to make a choice between. And that choice is very difficult for you. That's part of the obstacle, a barrier that you have to overcome, is making that choice. You feel kind of stuck in that choice, possibly. But as you overcome that, you'll start to grow and evolve. Once you make that choice and you overcome that barrier, you start to grow and evolve quickly into it and start to achieve successes and progressions and milestones, and really of feeling accomplished and fulfilled, and experiencing that fulfillment as you're knowing that you're fulfilled. You're succeeding in those areas where you are working at. Looking at a communication style, because swords can represent communications. Maybe communicating with someone is an obstacle that you have to overcome. Maybe you want to reach out to someone Your desire to communicate with someone on something, because twos can also be personal relationships. So there's a desire to communicate with someone about something, but you feel restricted in doing so. There are obstacles to doing it. But as you overcome those obstacles, you'll have that sense of accomplishment. These two can be often considered negative cards, but they strengthen each other here, and they're not really negative cards in that sense. No card is really positive or negative. It depends on how it's applied in the reading, the meaning that it's presenting, and where it falls in the spread. If you're using a specific spread where cards have specific meanings depending on where they are. In this instance, because we're not doing that, it's just we're laying out 3 cards and interpreting them. I would say that they're not negative cards. They are strengthening each other, which is good. There are obstacles that you'll have to overcome, and some people can consider that a bad thing. But as you overcome those obstacles, you're going to reach, you're going to grow, you're going to reach milestones, you're going to be more fulfilled in your choice that you made and carrying out those desires. A lot of the reading is all about intellectual things, so you're putting a lot of thought into this change and this decision that you're making. Don't be restricted by it. Don't be afraid to make that decision. Make that decision, and as you do, you'll see those successes follow. So that's what the cards have for us today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like my page on Facebook, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow my blog. The links for all of my social media are on the About page on Facebook and in the description below on YouTube. If you'd like to book a reading with me, they do start off at $5. You can contact me through Facebook, through YouTube, through my email address at lodgemagician@gmail.com. Or you can go to my Facebook business page or my webpage and book a reading. All of the links for my social media are on the About description below and the About page in YouTube, or Facebook, I'm sorry. Thank you and have a wonderful day.